What is instrumentalism? The first time that I heard about instrumentalism was when I read the book The Fabric of Reality by David Deutsch. Instrumentalists are those people who believe that scientific theories are like tools, the instruments for predicting the world. They essentially don't care if the theory explains the world or not. The better the prediction, the better the theory. Now the question is, are they correct in their opinion? Should a theory be just something that predicts the world better, or does it matter that it can explain the world? In my opinion, it's not 0 and 1. It's a gray area. Think about Newton. Newton discovered that F equal to ma for his second law. If an apple drops from a tree, the gravity force is equal to m times the constant of the gravity, g. Now, if Newton was a data scientist, how would he approach to this problem? How would he solve the time that an apple takes to fall on the ground based on its mass, the height of it from the tree, and its weight? So probably Newton would go on top of the tree with a tape, with a timer, and of course with a scale. So here is Newton. He's gone up the ladder trying to do some experiments. He's a data scientist, he's trying to collect data. That's a scissor and a tape, and of course he has some timer. What he's going to do, he's going to cut them one by one, measure the time they drop on the ground, measure the height of the apple from the ground, and when they drop down, he's gonna put them on a scale and measure their weight. Now he's gonna build this pandas data frame. Of course, the h values, weight, and the time they reach the ground. He is pretty good at neural networks. He's gonna grab a really large neural network, and he's going to throw in the initial parameters, plug in the data, their values from height, weight, and gonna do output as the time the apple reaches to the ground. Eventually, he's going to tune his model, and is going to have a pretty good black box that can predict the time that an object with a certain weight can reach to the ground. Of course, he has to collect a lot of data, but just imagine he did that. He eventually comes up with a model that is a black box but can predict the time the apple or any object with a certain mass, with a certain weight, can reach to the ground. In this way, his model is able to predict well, but lacks the explanatory power. He won't be able to understand what is going on, what are the relations between weight, height, and the time. He wouldn't understand that this weight comprises of m times gravitational constant, which drives the fall of the apple. So in my opinion, it is important for a theory to have explanatory power. It is important because by understanding the causal relations, we can build things from ground up. When we understand the relation of the environmental factors and disease, we can build drugs, we can build tools. Now, think about weather predictions. From another point of view, it is nice to have a tool that can accurately predict the weather. We probably don't care if it's a black box or not. It's important to know what is the weather next day, next month, so that we can take proper actions. So I think it is important for some theories to have a good predictory power, and for some others to have explanatory power. Taking my apples with me.